Wait a minute, are these San Marzano tomatoes?
Side rant on San Marzano tomatoes. You know what? This is too important. I'm bringing it back to the main show.
All right, seriously, we need to talk about these tomatoes. These Italian grown plum tomatoes are sweet, pulpy, with low acidity and low juice, and a favorite when making tomato sauces. I just released the video about a tomato sauce that I personally make at home, and then made that suggestion that you too can enjoy customizing a delicious tomato sauce to your liking. I'll link to it up here or here, but definitely down in the description below. But I want to talk about the tomatoes that kept coming up in all these recipes that I was researching. Everyone raved about San Marzano tomatoes. I stumbled across an article from June of 2021, this year, that quoted Alton Brown warning you about your San Marzano tomatoes. He made this warning back in 2019, and in further research, I found that there were articles reaching back to all the way to 2017 talking about the dangers or the concerns about San Marzano tomatoes. What he was saying is that the San Marzano tomatoes that you're buying may not actually be San Marzano tomatoes. Here's the juicy part about all of this. Only 5% of San Marzano tomatoes are the real deal. 95% are fake. I mean, they're just other types of tomatoes, or at least I hope they are tomatoes and not just like soft potatoes dyed red. The thing is though, if you pick up something like this with the letters SMT on it, this really is just a San Marzano style tomato branded to look like San Marzano tomatoes. It's just clever or deceptive marketing. I read a really great book called Real Food, Fake Food by Larry Olmstead many years ago, even before I started my food journey. Damn it.
Did somebody say food journey? Cue the Michael Pollan quote. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, back to what I was talking about. Tomatoes. Now, although there wasn't a tomato chapter, there was one on cheeses, fish for sushi, olive oil, honey, just to name a few, and I highly recommend it. If your San Marzano tomatoes come crushed or diced, they aren't real San Marzano tomatoes. That being said, you gotta look for a DOP designation. Now, this can of Centro says that it's certified, but by who? Or whom? And also, whom cares? I mean, who cares? Well, in the book Real Food, Fake Food, Larry talks about how the olive oil industry was adulterating olive oil with other oils like sunflower, safflower, and even peanut oil. And if you're allergic to peanuts, that's potentially very dangerous. And that's not the worst of it. Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and other cheeses that come from Europe, when they analyzed certain brands of cheeses, they found wood pulp in the grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheeses. My suggestion, order whole Parmigiano Reggiano with the DOP designation. But that, again, isn't the worst of it. Imagine going to your favorite sushi spot and maybe you have like an upset stomach after you eat. You order your typical things, your salmon, your whitefish tuna, but that whitefish tuna isn't actually whitefish tuna. It's a fish called escolar. It's called the X-lax fish. It'll make your pants. Did I just say pants on my channel? I just did. This is some serious stuff. But again, this is just all about tomatoes. And here I have a selection of San Marzano and San Marzano style tomatoes. All right, so let's taste all these delicious tomatoes and see what's up. I'm trying 1 San Marzano and 2 San Marzano style. And I also ended up trying 1 organic version of a tomato just for comparison. So that's 4 in this taste test. I'm not gonna make you watch me eat a whole bunch of tomatoes. I'll leave that to my OnlyFans account. So here's what I learned. For the Centro San Marzano, they are from Italy, and they did have that slender to medium size to it. I noted no acidity, and when compared to the others, it had a more tomatoey taste. I swear, that's what I wrote down, and that's my official scientific term. The Centro version is the only one without any preservatives. Next, I tried the SMT San Marzano style tomatoes. They're from the US, and they have about a medium size. They're very juicy. It practically exploded in liquid when I bit into it. Whoa, very juicy. And it falls apart easily. It was the second one I tasted after the Centro, and when I did, I noted it tasted bland a bunch of times. I had to go back to the Centro just to see if there was something wrong with my tongue. Third, I tried the Private Selection Kroger brand. This is a San Marzano style as well, and it was medium size, comparable to the SMT brand. No juice was exploding out, and it had a nice real tomato taste. When I was describing it, I wrote, wow, this tastes good. And I thought it was the yummiest of the 3 that I had tasted so far. I tried the Muir Glen organic whole peel tomatoes. They do have a San Marzano style, but this isn't it. It's just a regular whole tomato. And it had a medium to large size in comparison to the others. It was very liquidy and had a really nice tomato taste. I was very surprised by this brand. Overall, for the price, I think the private selection from Kroger came out on top. But if you want a slight upgrade, just go with the organic whole tomatoes. Anyway, back to it. The point I'm trying to make is that, well, a tomato is a tomato. And I know I'm probably gonna get blasted in the comments, some are better than others, I get it. But at the end of the day, when you're cooking for your family or for yourself, find a tomato that you like, okay? Maybe it's San Marzano that's certified, maybe it's San Marzano style. The point I'm trying to make is that when you're making a sauce, you don't always have to get for the best or what people definitely suggest. Find what's available, find what's delicious, and my takeaway, stay away from the escalar. Thanks for watching. This is a yummy tomato. This is a very good tomato.